from England, he brings a wealth of academic and practical expertise to his role. With profound understanding of diverse business management topics, Sir Mehfooz Ullah has a proven track record of delivering impactful training sessions. Currently, Sir is serving as the Director of Business Incubation Center and an Assistant Professor in the Department of Management Sciences at Quid-e-Azam International University. He plays a pivotal role in nurturing the next generation of business leaders. We have with us Shahzada Ghulam Abbas, former lead Academia OEC, alumnus of Aga Khan Higher Secondary School, Gahkuj, and Quid-e-Azam University, currently studying in Masters in International Economics, majors in International Political Economy in Gazi University, Ankara, Turkey, on Turkish Government Scholarship Program. And we finally have Anika Muneer, who has a double master's degree from the Berlin School of Economics and Law and joint program at Université de Technologie de Compiegne, Sorbonne University, and Université de Paris, University of Paris. And she recently graduated with a master's in economic analysis and policy in Paris. So I welcome you all in today's talk.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
So honestly speaking, I'm alien to this topic, and I'm all set together as much as information I can. I'm here with my pen and notepad. So I did a little research, and I was very surprised to find that only 33% of adults worldwide are financially illiterate, and which means that 3.5 billion adults are financially illiterate. So we'll dive straight into the series of questions, and my first question is from you, Sir Mehfooz. So what basically is financial literacy, and why? What is its importance, and how does being financially literate benefits us in today's society?
Thank you very much for having me in today's session, and I'm really happy to see other colleagues who have this rich background. They will definitely add to the topic as we go along. And thank you very much once again for your generous and nice, what should I say, introduction. Starting with your question, surprisingly, kind of a coincidence that a few days back, we were in a discussion with the government of Gilgit-Baltistan, where they were interested to launch these financial trainings or the financial literacy trainings for the school-going kids even, and to the college students and beyond that. So I was into that discussion, then suddenly I received your message that, hey, we want to have this session after that. Starting with your question, like in social sciences, we cannot exactly describe or delineate what financial literacy is. Actually, it means different things for different people. Depends on the like level or the age group where you are in right now. If we focus on the students, particularly the students who are in the colleges and the universities, or the chunk of the youth, which I'm really interested to talk to. For them is to be able to understand what the value of the money actually, and to be able to manage it in a way that they would be getting most out of it, like how to make a budget, how to find somewhere, like starting from earning, like are they able to earn it or someone is financing them, and then how wisely they are using their money, making a budget. Maybe they are in a position to invest something, or to see what other benefits they can get with whatever minimum they have at this level. So this actually has multiple benefits. At this level, they're first of all, they're able to learn the value of the money. And secondly, are they earning? That's definitely, they will know more. Their understanding of the value of the money accelerates. On the other hand side, if someone else is funding them, financing them, their parents or someone else, they will get to know that how difficult it is to earn the money, and how lucky they are that they are being financed for their studies and everything. And subsequent to that, as they grow up, they'll get to know that why it is important for them to do the savings, to think for the short-term, mid-term, and long-term goals, financial goals they might be developing over the period of time. So we can discuss it, I think, at a later stage. And lastly, in our society, particularly if we take down this question to our own society, we are kind of careless. Our youth is when it comes to the money, because till they graduate from the university, I think I have not seen anyone in the Gilgit so far in my career, other than one or two cases that they are earning while they are studying. You are in the Germany, you are in the Turkey, you might be doing the jobs. I was in England, I was earning. And I knew that how difficult it is to earn the money and then manage it accordingly. My budget was 280 pounds and my spending was 300 plus something. So I have to take care of this gap of 50 pounds. So starting from that very basic level, in our context, they should be knowing the value of the money and be able to budget it and use it wisely. So there could be many other things my colleagues would be adding to it.
So would you like to add anything, else?
But for having me, first of all, it's really nice to meet Dr. Mehfooz Ullah, who is I would say, a ocean of knowledge than me. But I'm here also for learning, to be exact. But yeah, as Dr. Mehfooz said, it's like managing your own finances. So the basic problem with Pakistan, as well as particularly in Gilgit-Baltistan, is that we spend but we don't earn. So this is the basic problem. Even for the budget of Pakistan, with how much we are earning and how much we are spending, there's a big gap. Similarly, in every individual's life, this is a problem that he doesn't earn anything, he or she doesn't earn anything, and he spends a lot. And this breaks his whole financial integrity and status. This is the main problem. As Dr. Mehfooz Ullah said, that first you have to earn, then you have to spend. So this is what I understand from the financial literacy.
Maybe so first of all, thank you so much for a lovely introduction. And yeah, first of all, Dr. Mehfooz beautifully explained what financial literacy is, and Ghulam also added to it. So basically, when we talk about Pakistan and Pakistan's economic state right now, everyone's like, it's going through a crisis. But once you go to the malls, and everyone is spending like so much money on consumer goods. It's a consumption-oriented society in Pakistan. You do not first understand where your earning is coming from, whether you are earning enough, and you do not even do budgeting before spending. So basically, that's the major issue. I believe there is no informed decision making for like individuals in Pakistan, and there is money mismanagement as well that then leads to debt traps in families and on individual levels as well. So if you are financial literate at individual level, then you make it to the local level and then the whole national level. Then this would lead to, there would be better economic progress in the country, because then कहते हैं ज़र्रे ज़र्रे से पूरा दरिया बनता है. So if an individual is not financially literate, then how do you expect a country to flourish? So I guess we would have the discussion further as well. So maybe we can go on with the next questions.
Yeah, I totally agree with what you said. And knowing the value of something and knowing that where you're spending it, and important thing is checking whether you earn it or not, and whether who is earning it, and knowing about all these things is called financial literacy. Okay, we'll go with you, Ms. Anika. So can you break down these steps and processes involved in becoming a financially literate?
I believe, as Dr. Mehfooz said, first you have to know the value of money, whether you actually understand what it is, and you have to, familiarize yourself with these concepts of financial concepts like saving, investment, and as well as debt management. And how do you do this budgeting? You do not have to be an economic or finance student to understand this, because this is a lifelong thing. You have to budget throughout your life if you're earning and you're having that responsibility. So I believe the first step should be, you should be aware of it, what it is basically. And then you, whether you're talking about monthly budgeting or yearly budgeting, you have to set certain goals. Like you should have a roadmap. You should have like short-term goals and long-term financial goals. Basically, for example, you should have contingency planning. God forbid something happens. Do you have the fund for that or not? You have to buy a house. Maybe you have to give a debt to someone, or pay loan to someone, or maybe you are planning an early retirement, or maybe you foresee you losing a job in the near future. Do you have a budget for that or not? So you should set your goals, short-term and long-term. And I believe this would be done only if you create budgets. So basically, earning आपकी कहाँ से आ रही है और आप उसको spend कहाँ से कर रहे हो? As Dr. Mehfooz said, हमारे जो GB में specifically जो youth है, either they're dependent on their families or their family is dependent on them. So this would decide how you are planning the budget with your income, and then you categorize that spending, and basically आप prioritize करते हो कि अच्छा इसका bigger chunk मेरी income से इसमें जाएगा. उसी तरह से you have to prioritize your spending, right? And then I believe you should understand, as I said, the basic concepts. You should like make yourself aware. What is credit? What is debt? What are the different types? And if you are like planning to invest, where do you have to invest? How are you going to save that, your income and all those decisions? You first have to learn that. It doesn't happen in like, a second or something. So yeah, and then this would help you to, mitigate the financial risk you're going to face in your life, especially in a country like Pakistan, where every day you get new, like, what should I say, surprises in the economy. So I believe these are some of the points that I can mention, and maybe my other colleagues can add on.
अगर ये नजरियाती हो ना, तो अगर मतलब फुल पीक पे आए तब ये तलाक नहीं करेंगे, तब ये टिकट भी लेंगे.
So would you guys add something to it?
Yes, very beautifully defined, Anika, that what it means to understand the steps and the strategies. That's perfectly all right. Like as she said, that in Pakistan you don't know that what's going to happen the other day and after 3 months and whatever. So in especially in our, I'm again referring to that youth, chunk of the community, like they should be able to prioritize, as she said. If I have 100 rupees, how much I am able to spend, and how should I be spending it on my my other activities? Like I have 3 daughters basically, but my eldest 2, I give them 1,000 rupees like every month, and she's in the class 4. I'm just mentioning an example. I told her that make a budget for yourself, how much you want to spend, like 100 rupees for that, 200 rupees for that, maybe small things, and I have asked her to spare 50 rupees for someone in the need. Just spare 50 for that. 950 is your own spend, and she comes to me, look, I've saved 300 for this month. So gradually they are able to prioritize the things, that what are the needs and what are the wants, what are the luxuries. In Pakistan, like they said that we have like we would love to spend without knowing that from where the money comes in. So that's why after a while we see a lot of people in the debt. Very common in the Pakistan, you see people are in the debt and the local banks chasing them and everything. So since the very early childhood age, we have to inculcate this thinking that you should not be spending everything you have in your pocket.
Yeah. So my colleague summed up it really beautifully, but I would just go with this quote in Urdu: "Chadar dekh ke paun phailana chahiye." So you must know that how much you are earning and how much you're spending, and you have just, my colleague said that prioritize your things. Actually, there must be 2 things I would say, I would add to this point. First is investment, and the other is saving. There must be a saving. In economics, we have 3 main motives for saving actually: transaction, speculative, and precautionary. This precautionary thing, maybe, God forbid, maybe you will go into a medical situation. Then if you don't have that particular kind of money that needs to treat yourself, then you are financially unstable. It means you are in debt. You have to take the debt and to pay off that debt with all the other things, all the interest rate, and it will break you down. So you must in investment, plus you must do save while you're spending. Spend less, save more.
Okay, so we got some point out of this question, and that is we have to plan things out, short term and long term. And we have to give early childhood education to the kids so that it will be, integrated in in them. And then we have to, figure out what are we saving and where are we investing and what precautionary measures are we taking. Okay, so we'll move on to our next question, and it's from user Mehfooz. And it is, with the constant changes and advancements in the financial landscape, what are the future demanding skills valuable for people to keep their financial knowledge up to date?
One thing that I would love to mention is that this basic financial skill since the beginning of the human race are that almost is the same, and it will continue it to be same in its like core and real true nature. Why? Because you will be earning, the modes could be different. You will be consuming it, the modes would be different. You will be saving it, the necessities and the needs would be different somehow. But basically, these financial, there's 3-4 things that would apply to all the situations, whether we are operating in a in the current scenario, and whether we are moving towards a more advanced digital technology era. Well, with this emergence of new technologies and many more other financial many more other IT things, or especially with the AI and everything, I think you are in a better position to plan. Like there are many digital apps that helps you to use it. Like my friends use a digital app, I forgot the name. Whenever they go on a trip, they get signed into that app, and everyone puts a share into that. And whenever they have to pay a bill, that app decides, in terms of American system, how much I'm supposed to pay, how much she's supposed to pay, like that. So they try to put every information in it, and it takes a decision for you. So likewise, with other digital Khata and some other apps that are emerging in the Pakistani context, they help you to plan better. They help you to have a better control, because when you control the money, when you are able to control, because when you are able to measure it, these two things are connected. You are able to measure how much you are spending, then only you can see that. That's what we call the modern style of budgeting. So these apps would help you to better financially plan. And then secondly, for instance, it is opening up new avenues for investment. Like in our ages, in our era, we are from late 90s when we were in colleges. So at that time, we hardly had this idea that there would be an internet and there would be things like that. But now, better thing is they can easily learn the things. They can listen to people. They can listen to appropriate stuff on the internet, on the YouTube and other things, that how to do it better. Every day, constantly information is updated. So with this updated information, they can improve their knowledge, within no time. And at the same time, the available digital apps can help them to plan better and to have a control over their spending. I would like to mention one video that I came across. Maybe many of you have already have seen that video, where an American guy is telling about the significance of using a credit card instead of a debit card. Honestly speaking, though I have visited, you can say that a dozen plus countries across the globe, and I've lived there, worked there, I never thought about that point before, because I was using my debit card to pay things and like that, despite the fact that I had a credit card in my pocket. I said, why are you crazy? Why are not you using credit cards? Because you are making your credits ranking going up, and all the benefits you can earn while using their money. My money is saved in my account. Something goes wrong, it's their money. It's not my money. So this little piece of information actually changed my way of spending, changed my way of planning finances. And now wherever I go, I hide my debit card. I put my credit card on the top. If something goes wrong, I will not be stuck in another country. So with these technologies, I think their life is easier. They have more information. They can plan better with the financial apps.
Okay, all right. So we've got now like a notification that we are running out of time because we had only 40 minutes. And I'll wrap up this question in a few words that we have to plan those things out, and we have to, use modern resources to plan and then invest and everything. So the main thing is planning. So I guess we'll move on to our last question because I don't want to end it like this. So, what would you guys say that how can governments and financial institutions collectively enhance financial literacy and promote wise money management? Additionally, based on your expertise, what advice can you offer to individuals and institutions aiming to broaden their understanding of financial literacy? You can start, sir. Then we'll move on to Anika.
Right. So it's a really beautiful question, actually. Government has to play a really pivotal role in financially trading its citizens, actually. We have to understand that what is the center of financial literacy? It's banking, finance. If you don't have a bank account, it means you are not financially literate from this ground level. You don't even know the basics of the financial literacy. The first thing is banking. Just like the Indian, they had like vast area and a lot of population. Still, the Modi government, what they did, they launched a program for the banking accounts. And every individual, though it's farmer, are living in far-flung area like Ladakh, they have a bank account now. So the Pakistani government, what they can do is they can start a program Pakistan-wide that can encourage people to open up bank account, right? This is the first step. After that, there must be different kind of programs, just like workshops, maybe online courses, maybe a different kind of a whole new specialization course in some of the universities or institutions or colleges that we have. Like this is the second step that governments can take. And the third and last step is policy decision. There must be a policy movement all over the Pakistan in order to literate its citizen. So this what I would say my suggestion for the government.
Thank you, sir. Would like to add your.
Yeah, I can add a bit to it. So like they should start with baby steps, as Dr. Mehfooz already mentioned that there is a need to incorporate this financial education into our education system, because that's where you start learning things. That's your development stage. So I believe that governments should integrate this financial literacy into school curriculums, and they need to ensure that the students at the very basic level, they know how to manage their money and learn that skills from that time onwards. Because उस time पे जो आप सीखते हो वही आपको जिंदगी भर फिर रहता है. Like he said, he gives his daughter like 1,000 rupees and they know how to distribute that money, how much to save and how much to use it for their own spending, right? And secondly, I believe the government should, Ghulam already mentioned this, that there should be online platforms, workshops, and people should know the importance of financial literacy. Along with this, Pakistan's government should work on the regulation as well as protection of consumers. I believe in Pakistan there is no so much transparency in financial products and services as much as I've seen it in Europe so far. And basically consumers need to be protected from these predator practices. Only then they would be able to be have that confidence to be more active in these financial avenues. So I believe this is my humble input in.
Mehfooz, what would you say about it? We have got 2 minutes. I'm so
Yeah,
sorry that I'm telling you that we have got.
That's perfectly all right. This against being frugal about why to pay to Zoom when we can finish in 40 minutes. So, thank you very much. I'll just sum up in 1 minute. As Ghulam mentioned that in Pakistan, there is the issue of the bank accounts. Yes, only 13% of the Pakistanis have the bank accounts, only 13%. And again, we are, according to another general survey, I forgot about the name of that, Pakistan is among those 25 countries. We are ranked, I think, 16th, who are worse in financial literacy. That two things are quite alarming. One is, again, a lot of suggestions have been put forwarded by Anika and Ghulam, but adding on to that, just summarizing what they have said. Yes, at one level you have at the government level, it should be a massive campaign for the account opening. In that way, you can the formalize the economy. We have I think a bigger chunk of our economy is informal, where you are unable to attract them to the formal processes. So bank accounts and series of seminars for the people who are not in the schools, and every college, school, university should include. We are working on a project which is working to inculcate the financial literacy in school, college, and up to the university levels. In incubation centers, definitely we do that. But again, a massive campaign is needed from the homes. We work with our kids, at the schools we work our kids. And broadly, there should be like a massive campaign, as I mentioned earlier, the government side, to on this financial literacy, so that we will be able to control the side effects or the negative effects of not being financially literate.
Okay, thank you so much, sir. You've wrapped up like perfectly on time. So I'll just noted the point. It is we have to have massive campaigns by the government. We have to have workshops and policy designed by the government, and the school should inculcate the curriculum so that the children would know it from the basic childhood. And yeah, that was all. I'm so sorry we had to do it in a very quick pace. I'll try to make it a little bit better, and we'll increase the time next time. So thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you. Thank you.
I was very happy to talk to you all. Thank you very much.
Very happy to
Thank
be
you
with
so
you.
much.
Thanks so much.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Okay.